welcome to Project Arrowhead on this Tuesday, the 19th of November. Can't believe it is almost Christmas time already. Speaking of Christmas, we'll have some stuff going on. Anyway, Project Arrowhead, I'm your host, Jim Sakowitz, and joined this week by Keith Munch, as always. Next week, we re-added somebody to the Project Arrowhead team, so it will no longer be just Jim and Gina. It will be Jim, Gina, and Glenn. Glenn will be back next week. So, good things ahead, and we'll have all kinds of stuff coming up. And don't forget, Project Arrowhead is brought to you by the Lansdowne Pub, the Mohegan Sun's #1 spot for nightlife. Daily specials, music, drinks, everything you can think of. Great atmosphere, great staff. The Lansdowne Pub, Mohegan Sun's #1 nightlife spot. So stop on in every Thursday. Karaoke starting at 9:30. Fridays, hit or miss. You have to look at the schedule, see if there's a band or what's going on. And same thing on Saturdays. Saturdays, there will be something, whether it's a band or a DJ or whatever. There will be some kind of music and entertainment at the Lansdowne Pub starting at 10 o'clock. So, Keith, you with me over there?
Yeah, I'm here. And my last name is not Munch. Jesus. Guys never quit.
Well, it's better than what I was going to say, so
Yeah, I'm sure. Next time you're getting the delayed headphones.
No, those are horrible. Horrible.
I'm dealing with them. I'm fine.
Yeah, well, you don't have to sit here talking. When you're sitting here talking, and as you're talking, you're rehearing everything. Nah, it's crap.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I gave you the other headphones. But don't worry, I'll wire up your other headphones so you don't have that problem anymore.
Mm. So, while I was away, guess what happened again?
What?
I'm kidding, another school shooting.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I saw that in the news.
Another one.
And another one.
And another one. And then there was another one at Walmart, I think, yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. That one, I think somebody with a gun took out the shooter. So, hats off to him.
And now people are not allowed to open carry in Walmart anymore. The good guys are not allowed to carry their guns, but the bad guys can just randomly come in.
Yeah, stupid.
It's crazy.
It's absolutely stupid. So I'm so tired of beating the dead horse on the freaking school shootings. I'm tired of them. Let's blame this. Let's blame that. Let's blame the gun. Let's get background checks. Background checks. That's it. This isn't going to happen if we get background checks. Shut the hell up with that crap. Especially Senator Murphy. Senator Murphy has his puppet so far up his ass, it's not even funny. And then when you put the question out to them, how would background checks have stopped this?
It doesn't.
They can't give you an answer.
It doesn't.
Their answer is, is that what you gun-loving nuts have to come back with? Blah, blah. I'm like, no, it's a simple question.
I've never heard them say, let's have harsher penalties, harsher laws for people who get caught with guns or commit crimes with guns that are not licensed to have them in the first place, or illegally shooting a gun, illegally carrying a gun. There should be laws that are way, way harsher than what they are now. Until then, I hear that coming out of someone's mouth. Just shut up. I'm sick of hearing it.
Right, and then I put out the
They won't say that, though, because it's important that we have these shooters, apparently. No one wants to hit the right... They don't want to hit the nail on the head. They're just like a dog running in a circle chasing its tail. It just never stops. Stupidity just amplifies and goes in circles. When are they ever going to come up with harsher laws for people that violate gun laws? It's the violators that need to be stopped, not the Good Samaritan or the legal Joe, someone who has never been in trouble, who should be able to carry a gun. It shouldn't be harder for the law law-abiding citizen to get his hands on a weapon. It should be more difficult and with greater penalties for individuals who commit crimes with guns.
Well, I got my permit to carry.
Yeah, a BB gun.
I went through 2 background checks. I went through a state background check, and I went through an FBI background check. How much more extensive can you get?
How did you get a permit to carry what's already between your legs?
So anyway, I don't even know what to say to that. That was rather pathetic.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was disturbing. It wasn't funny. But anyway, I got 2 background checks. This kid was, what, 15, 16? So tell me, how'd that background check work? Oh, that's right. He's not old enough to get a background check. So that throws that right out the window. Wait, he's also not old enough to carry a firearm. Yeah, that one went out the window. And the school was a gun-free zone, so he's breaking the law all over the place. And it did nothing to stop this idiot. What we need to look at
is harsher laws.
Well, you can go with the harsher laws, but most of these people aren't taken alive.
Well, that's a good thing.
Is it?
Well, yeah. Why should we have to feed someone like that in prison or have to take care of them further after they found out to be absolute crazy animals?
My thing is, we need to look at the root cause. Why? Why did this seemingly good kid all of a sudden go off the deep end? You know, we ignore...
That's the easy answer.
What's the easy answer?
The easy answer is that our mental health system is quite mental itself. I mean, they just keep on taking more and more money and more resources away from the mental health system, and this is across the states. America is in a mental health crisis. I mean, look at the guy in the camera right now. It's a perfect example. Sorry.
Well, you're trying to have jokes, but they're just not funny. I understand the need for better mental health care. But it also starts at home. It starts at home, and it starts in the school.
Yeah, but our totalitarian government doesn't want us to discipline our kids anymore.
You don't... I'm not saying...
Can't discipline your kids. They might go to the school counselor like, he slapped my butt with a ruler. Arrest him.
All right, Brittany says she can't hear anything, but yet the mic audio is coming up good.
Check.
Huh?
Okay, yeah. I'm hearing us fine.
If you can't hear me, let me know. If you can hear me, let me know. I'm not really sure why. What you got? Is it working?
Just keep on going.
Oh, I'm gonna keep on going. I mean,
you don't have it up on your phone.
Well, Jesus.
Slower. You have 5 viewers. No one else is complaining.
All right. Can you hear me?
I'm sick of hearing it.
All right.
I can hear just fine. Hey, stop stalling. The audio's fine. Stop stalling.
I'm not stalling. Jimmy, what's going on?
You're slacking.
It's not even about the counselors. It's Gina, I want to do trivia. So we can give out our prizes again. You and I hit the bullseye with that trivia last year, so I want to do it again. Now, the bottom line is, what is going on in these schools that is causing kids to go off the deep end? Every time you look, there's some sort of bullying going on. But then when you ask the school, there's no bullying going on. Well, they didn't tell us. And then later on you find out they did tell them, but they just ignored it. So, I don't want to make it.
I think it's mandatory. It should be mandatory that teachers wear body cams like cops do. Cameras don't lie. Put cameras everywhere. Put cameras in the schoolrooms, in the hallways, everywhere. Because we can't depend on society to tell us the truth anymore.
All right. No.
Put cameras everywhere.
I agree on the cameras. Put cameras in the classroom. Put cameras in the banks. In the hallways. That's what I was going to say. We put cameras in our banks. We put cameras everywhere. Why can't we protect our kids and put cameras in the school? And I know the first thing everybody's going to say is, "Oh, it's so expensive." And how can you put a price on somebody's life?
Yeah.
Then the problem is you can't put a camera in the bathroom. And,
no.
You know, a lot of times these kids are followed into the bathroom and beat on in the bathroom.
Well, they should have panic buttons in every stall in the bathroom. We need to have like a...
Do you know how many kids are going to just
push the panic button?
Come on.
I don't know. It's so crazy. I mean, you're supposed to go to school to learn, not, bully other students. That's all stupid.
Yep. Then changing the subject for a minute, the Arrowhead Paranormal and Crossing the Veil teams are going to do an investigation tonight. Wish them the best of the luck. Wish I was there. Catch you guys on the next one. So, what can we do? There's got to be something we could stop. I'm just going to put it bluntly. Stop pissing on my back and tell me it's raining. All right? And that's what people like Chris Murphy, Blumenthal, we got to get better background checks. Shut up. Okay, you know what? You want universal background checks? That's great. I have no problem with universal background checks. Everybody across the country gets the same background check. All right? I did it. You can do it. We can all do it. But don't tell people that it's going to stop something like this. Don't jump all over your background checks every time there's a school shooting and take advantage of it for your political gain. Because it makes you look like a freaking idiot. So stop. Just freaking stop. Stop it. The time to do something is now. No more children should be afraid to go to school. And then today, in Georgia, another example of freaking idiots. Group of teenagers forced their way out to a grammar school bus and beat up the grammar school kids in Georgia. What in the holy hell is that? Who does that? I mean, seriously, who does that? They forced their way. I forgot how many teenagers they were. They forced their way onto the grammar school bus and beat up the kids. One of which had to go to the hospital. I never saw anything like that back when I was in school. And it's funny because back when I was in school, when I was in high school and everything, kids used to come to school. They'd have rifles on their freaking the rack in their pickup truck, and it was never a big deal.
Like the movie Red Dawn?
Yeah, that movie came out when I was in high school. I mean, people didn't shoot up schools. We didn't have any schools get shot up back then. And we had more guns. So tell me, somebody please give me a way to stop this. Our children are dying, and our leaders are not doing a damn thing about it.
There's a problem. All this crying and bitching about it, it's still happening, and everyone's crying and bitching, but yet nothing's being done. Whatever happened to public hangings? You get caught committing a crime with an unregistered gun. And
why does it have to be unregistered?
Unregistered or whatever. You get caught committing a crime with a gun. You get a public hanging.
And
bring them back.
That brings up another good point, and I haven't really done the research on this yet. However, somebody told me the other day.
Someone's going to say I'm racist for saying that too. Watch.
Somebody told me the other day that all of this stuff happened when the majority of states abolished the death penalty.
Yep.
So if somebody can look that up, Gina's awesome on that. I know she always comes up with that good stuff. I'm gonna say, yeah, I believe it. I believe it. But then again, most of these guys don't plan on getting taken alive. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Sarah Beer's in the house. What's up, Sarah? How are you? You know, you want to talk about examples. And my cousin, Jimmy Wildbear. Did anybody watch Thursday Night Football last week? It's Thursday Night Football. It's a big game. A lot of people are watching. It's a division rivalry, so you got a lot of kids there watching. And I see one of the most disgusting displays I have ever seen in my life. And I'm talking ever. I've been watching football for a long time. People look at these players as role models. I can think of better role models, but hey, whatever. People look at these players as role models. At the end of the game, Myles Garrett ripped the helmet off of the quarterback and then proceeded to use it as a weapon and crack the quarterback in the head with his own helmet, which triggered off a massive brawl. Which I can't blame them. I mean, if I saw some guy, huge defensive end linebacker, rip the helmet off my quarterback and crack him in the head with it, I'd have done the same thing. I'd have jumped right on him and started beating his ass too. But these are the role models that these kids look up to. As far as I'm concerned, he should never play another down in the NFL.
We have a viewer complaint about the sports talk.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And?
Well, when we play the sound clip. Well, that didn't work. Let me try it again.
I heard it. Yeah.
They're complaining.
Good. So he's suspended indefinitely. Which is a minimum of a year suspension. Jesus.
What happened?
What are your dumb thing here? I got it, Keith.
Squeeze it.
Squeeze it. Don't stand over here and tell me to squeeze it.
That was disturbing.
Freak. You're disturbing. And like Erica says, you mean Myles Garrett? Garrett had been suspended earlier in the season for it's like he got 3 or 4 15-yard penalties against the Jets. So he it wasn't a first-time thing. He had also punched another player and was ejected from a game. And this was all early in the season. And then what he did is a felony. Damian Woody, who played in the NFL for years, said it. He could have killed him. He could have split his skull. And I don't know if you've ever felt the football helmet, but luckily he didn't connect with the biggest part of the helmet. But he could have killed him. And I don't care who you are, how much money you make, how good a player you are, there is no place in professional sports for this kind of stuff. And then some guy the other day, he says, well, what about a baseball player throwing a baseball at 100 miles an hour at somebody's head? This is not the same thing. This would be the equivalent of a baseball player running out to the mound with a baseball bat and cracking the pitcher in the head with a baseball bat. That would be the equivalent. So, but kids see this and they think that it's acceptable behavior. You know, now they're going to be out there and, God forbid, high school football game ripping kids' helmets off and hitting them with it. Oh, well, I saw it on TV, so it must be all right. And that's what I'm saying. There's no accountability. Yeah, we'll go with accountability. I could use so many other words, but we'll go with accountability. The way to stop these school shootings starts at home with parenting. And then from there it goes to the school. Don't sit there and try to blow smoke up people's asses and tell them that there's no bullying and pawning it off and you don't want to deal with it or whatever. That's your job. Deal with it. So yeah, I'm fired up. I'm spun up. I can't breathe, but I'm fired up and spun up. Yeah, I feel like I got friggin' summer cold, summer allergies. And it's friggin' winter time. Although it's like, 60 degrees outside right now?
I don't know. You got a temperature thing right there in front of you. It's on the left, the temperature on the left.
That says 47, but it's definitely warmer than 47 degrees.
No, it's 47 out.
Wow. So I would really, really, really like to hear all of your opinions on how we can stop these school shootings. And you know what grinds my gears? Yeah, I got in trouble for playing that, so that's Leah's fault because she's the one that told me to do it, and then we had a copyright infringement and all kinds of horse shit on that, so I can't do the whole, you know what grinds my gears? I can say it, but I can't play it.
No, you can say it. You just can't play the video clip from Fox.
That's what I just said. I literally just said that.
No, you didn't.
Pay attention. So yeah, the video clips that we incorporate it's pretty good. So basically, what we got here is we need to tell Chris Murphy and Senator Bloomin' Idiot to shut up about the background checks. They work for us, whether they want to admit it or not. They work for us, and it's time for them to go find a real solution to stopping these school problems, these school shootings. There's got to be a trigger, whether it's at home, whether it's bullying, or whether they're just nuts. Social media is the worst. The media and social media, because they sensationalize it. They'll tell you they don't. But if you watch the mainstream media whenever there's a shooting, they really do. They sensationalize it. And that's another big part of it. And that gives the next kid ammunition to go out and say, hey, I can make a name for myself. I'll be famous. This isn't the Wild West. You're not Billy the Kid. Buy a helmet, kid. It's, I don't know. What we really need to do something before we get to a point where it's going to turn into the Wild West. It's going to be nothing but a nonstop shootout. Right, Keith? Are you still alive over there?
I'm here.
Oh, my Christ. So, I cannot believe that next week is Thanksgiving already. It's actually good because it means it's one step closer to summer.
One step closer to summer. Isn't that the truth? Winter hasn't even officially started yet.
Yeah.
That part sucks.
Yeah, well.
Don't forget, we're going to have a big blizzard this season.
Yeah,
we're going to have a monster.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. I will believe it when I see it. Oh, here we go again. And I swear to God, like Facebook's listening to us because we're sitting here talking about it, and boom, up on my thing is, as this senator tried to pass a gun control bill, another school shooting took place. And then Chris Murphy, it's infuriating, but I've gotten pretty used to the idea that these school shootings aren't going to change the minds of my Republican friends. No, because your Republican friends are smarter than you and realize that you're just talking out of your ass and nothing you're going to say is going to stop the school shootings. So come up with something to stop the school shootings, you freaking tool.
Yeah.
And what really irks me the most is when you get these people, when you ask them the questions, they won't answer it. They can't answer it. They don't know. And they'll ask a question with a question, or answer a question with a question. It's like, dude, I don't get it. Yeah, Erica lives up in Maine. She gets blizzards every other weekend up there.
I was just up in Jackman, Maine a week and a half ago, and it was snowing. I couldn't believe it. I loved it. It was awesome up there. Beautiful, beautiful country. Logging trucks everywhere. Mountain men, mountain women. At the general store, they had a thick glass case, guns. Oh, yeah, I already mentioned this.
You did?
Yes. Didn't on the last show. Did I? No.
I don't remember the last show. Dude, I don't remember what I did this morning.
Oh, that's horrible. Wake up.
It's not. It's this.
Drinking your coffee or what? Is the coffee not kicking in?
It's a good thing we said this because Sarah's pistol permit expires next month. Well, you better get it done. Christ, this dude will probably raise it to like $800 for 3 years.
You can call into the show if you want and wake this guy up. 860-626-5193.
I'm awake.
No, you're not.
Yeah, this head cold's killing me. Let's see. Erica says they've gotten no snow yet north of there. Yeah, it's just a lot of rain and wind lately. Man, we've got a lot of rain. They were saying something about snow last night.
Yeah, the northwestern part of the state got snow as usual.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, good. They can keep it. They can keep it. So,
2 weeks from now, we're going to get a massive blizzard to watch.
Dude, I'm going to punch you in you, Jimmy. So, man. All right, let's see. In my opinion, a firearm is a tool, just like a wrench or a socket. It's an object that requires a human to make it work. Abso-freaking-lutely. Ding, 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 ding. You get it. He gets it. We blame the guns. So let's blame the helmet for hitting the quarterback in the head and not the player. Let's ban helmets. So, and oh my God, another one of the topics that grinds my gears, as Leah would say. Oh, God. All right. Calm and cool. Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick. He had the opportunity that he's been asking for. Okay. He had the opportunity he was asking for. A half hour before they were scheduled to do it, he changed his mind. And canceled the workout and went and held his own workout. He had 30 teams that were there at Falcon Stadium to see his workout. So he canceled it and went and held a workout in front of 8 teams. And he wonders why he doesn't have a job in the NFL. If you really wanted your job back that much, stop bringing a freaking tool bag. Do your workout. You know what? I want him to get a team. I'm praying. Somebody signs him. Praying. Then he can go out there and make a complete fool out of himself. Because I don't know if anybody remembers, but his last 2 years in San Francisco, he sucked. Absolutely sucked. And then he was benched and became a backup quarterback. So, pay him the league minimum for a backup quarterback, sign him to a team, and watch him fail miserably. Miserably. Let's hope. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Well, that's what I want to happen. What about a team like Washington? Somewhere where, you know, he's God's gifts to quarterback. If you ask him, he'll tell you. And let's see what he can do. And I'll tell you right now, it's going to be nothing. Nothing. Huh. So I'm looking at a news article right here that says that all Dunkin' Donuts in Connecticut have switched over to paper cups instead of the styrofoam cups.
Oh, isn't that going to be a mess?
But
don't they degrade or something?
Well, that's why. Because styrofoam doesn't. It'll last for your coffee. But my point is, all Connecticut Dunkin' Donuts have switched to paper cups. Okay?
Oh, paper cups.
Paper cups instead of the styrofoam.
Oh, the waxy paper cups.
Yeah.
Well, wait, how can that work with hot coffee? Because the wax would melt.
That's not going to melt. It's a regular. It's the same thing that you get when you go to a restaurant or whatever. Nobody uses the plastic cups anymore, or the styrofoam cups, other than
McDonald's, Burger King.
They don't use plastic. They use paper.
Oh.
So, but the funny thing is, okay, all Connecticut Dunkin' Donuts have switched over to paper, right?
So my styrofoam cup
The
from Dunkin' Donuts,
the styrofoam cup I am drinking out of right now.
is it now a collector's item?
Or is it contraband?
Yeah, it's both.
Is it? Because I
better hold on to that sucker. You can put it up on
literally
eBay.
just went to Dunkin' Donuts, and damn it, I got a styrofoam cup.
Well, you better hold on to it. Tell them you want a refill.
Right? Holy Jesus! Wow. And it's funny because in the picture it makes it look like the paper cup is bigger than the styrofoam cup, and I don't know. It is what it is. If he comes back, let him be in the same division as a Greg Williams defense, so he can end Kaepernick's career. Absolutely. And Greg Williams is what, Jets coordinator, I believe. So, yeah, but who in the AFC East would he go to? He's not going to go to the Patriots. He sure as hell isn't going to go to Buffalo. So, Miami. There you go. Miami. You can go to Miami and quarterback he can go quarterback the Dolphins against the Jets, and I want him to come back. I really do. I want Kaepernick to come back, and I want people to see just how much he sucks. Sarah says December 1st is when they're switching. According to this, they switched already. Maybe they're just phasing out the old cups. I don't know. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But that's just me. It's just me.
It's just you.
It's just me. So the thought for the day.
Wow.
And it's such a simple thought. Such a simple, novel idea, but it's true.
Could you get a little closer to your mic?
Probably not, because it'll be in my mouth.
No.
If you're unhappy with your life, it's your responsibility to change it. And that's true. Nobody else is going to change your life for you. Nobody else can make you happy. It
says you.
No, it says anybody. It's up to you.
Right, but someone can, help you along and guide you if they want.
They can guide you. But it's still your responsibility to change it.
Well, of course.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I want to do? That's what I want to do. I want to be a rock star. And I want to have a retirement tour.
What, Guitar Hero?
Yeah, well, no. I want to have a retirement tour. And say, this is it. We're done. And then 2 years later say, oh, this is it. We're going back on tour. And then we're done.
That's crazy.
And then 2 years after that, we'll go back on tour and say, this is it. So, yep, the breaking news is Motley Crue is back together and going on tour.
And that's the news.
That is the news. Motley Crue is back.
Hey, we need to add some excitement to this show. They say Jim grabs a can of Pepsi, right? The bottle of Pepsi, and sticks this in it, and live on cam.
Can you go back to your seat and just sit down? Jesus God. Gina, help me. So, Erica does not want to see him come back. He brings too much drama that is put on him and taken away from the sport. This is true. This is true. I absolutely agree with that. That's the other aspect of it. It'll be a circus. Both on and off the field, it'll be a circus. So, that's a good point. Yes, let's do it. I have the face paint. I believe they are. I believe Kiss is also doing it. I think this Motley Crue tour, which is with Def Leppard and Poison, is a stadium tour, though. I actually had somebody ask me the other day, what's a stadium tour? I said, really? Yeah, the final Motley Crue show was New Year's Eve 2015. So, a stadium tour is a tour where they go to stadiums, football stadiums, baseball stadiums, not indoor concert venues. Dude.
Yeah, hold on. I got a pissed off wireless mic.
Yeah, I know. That's a little annoying.
Aliens trying to break into the transmission here.
All right, so it's not saying much other than that, just that it will be a stadium tour, and due to the success of The Dirt, that Motley Crue has become more popular than ever and gained an entirely new legion of fans. So, no, I mean, I can understand that. There was a lot of people who didn't even know who Motley Crue was until they watched The Dirt. And now they're like, damn, they're pretty good. But what people need to realize is that they're not the 20-something-year-old kids that are advertised in that show. They're in their, 50s? So they're not going to be able to keep up with everything the way they did. They picked a stadium tour so you can't see Vince Neil close up to see his voice being dubbed. No more slurring for him. That's true. I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys saw the video from their farewell tour, but it was what was it? Kickstart My Heart. Yeah, Kickstart My Heart, and Vince Neil was so out of breath and so drunk, he couldn't even get the words out. It was sad. It was very sad. He would be like singing every other word, and it was brutal, absolutely brutal. So if you get a chance to look it up on YouTube, it's yeah, it's a treat. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I used to like Motley Crue. I should say I do like Motley Crue, but they're not Motley Crue anymore. You know, not Motley Crue. Oh, hey, don't forget, it's gonna be a big big meteor shower tonight. There, Keith.
Yeah.
Isn't there a big meteor shower tonight? The unicorn meteor shower?
The unicorn meteor shower?
Yeah, the unicorn meteor storm. That is tonight, right?
I'll look it up.
It's going to be triggered by a mysterious comet. Oh, Thursday night. It's Thursday night. That's right. So Thursday night, this giant comet is going to go by the Earth, and there's going to be a ton of debris. And they're calling it the unicorn meteor shower.
Watch out for large groups of people huddled around a punch bowl.
Yeah. Do not drink the Kool-Aid. Although that was over the weekend. It says
meteor storm possible Thursday night. That's on USA Today.
Well, yeah, but it's wrong. Eric is no.
Thursday night.
There was one this weekend, and there's going to be another one Thursday night. So, yeah, we're right and wrong. There was one this weekend. The night of November 21st, 2 meteor scientists who have been studying the meteor shower. Huh. So, yeah, this comet's going to pass by the Earth. It's called the Alpha Monoceroided meteor shower. Could turn into an all-out meteor storm on night of November 21st. Knowing when to look for the potential meteor storm is extremely important. Unlike most meteor outbursts, which last for several hours, strong activity from these meteors is over within an hour and easily missed. The outburst is forecast to reach its climax around 11:50 p.m. Thursday, November 21st. Onlookers should start looking for shooting stars around 11 p.m. Eastern Time and continue looking through midnight for the best chance to see potential meteor storm. If you are not outside during this window, you will miss the celestial light show entirely. These meteors are never spaced evenly but appear in bunches, so 2 or 3 meteors may be seen seconds apart, and an entire minute may go by without any activity. So, what exactly is a meteor storm? We've all heard of meteor showers.
It's a bunch of rocks fall from space and burn up in the atmosphere.
It's sparked when the Earth passes through a field of debris left behind by an asteroid or a comet. If the dust trail is small and dense, then the resulting meteor shower may result in hundreds or perhaps even thousands of meteors burning up in just minutes. If this scenario happens, that the meteor shower is referred to as a meteor storm. One of the most prolific meteor storms in recorded history unfolded on November 17th, 1966, when onlookers witnessed as many as 40 meteors per second, or 144,000 meteors per hour. So, it's kind of scary because if you think about it, well, we all live in a shitty place to see it. The best place to see it is on the coast of North Carolina, the southern North Carolina, the coast of South Carolina, coastal Georgia, and all of Florida, along with all of California, most of Oregon, and then select areas into the Midwest. The absolute worst place to see it is New England, New York, Wisconsin, Illinois, all the way down into Alabama, Texas. So, yeah, if you live in Florida or southern coast, you'll see it. Well, that was a frickin' waste. Glad I didn't go outside to look at it.
You could always drive out to like Lebanon or Colchester or Hebron, Connecticut, where the light pollution's low, and see it from out there. Go up on McCall Road on top of the hill.
Did you not hear what I just said?
Yeah, I know why they're saying it's the worst place. It's because of the light pollution.
Well, no, it's not in some of those areas. And it just, yeah. Well, that absolutely sucks. I would have gone out and seen it.
Well, that proves it. Connecticut sucks.
Yeah, it's because of the meteor shower that Connecticut sucks, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so coming up, I don't have a calendar in front of me. I don't know how many Saturdays, Tuesdays we have in...
Bottom right-hand side of the screen. There's a click on the time and it'll bring up a calendar.
Yeah, whatever. We're going to do our trivia again. Everybody remember how awesome a job that Gina did with our trivia and the trivia questions.
Yeah.
And we'll give away some great prizes again. Don't ask me what the prizes are yet, because I have not determined what the prizes are yet. So as soon as I figure it out, we'll do it. Last year we had some good winners. Like, I don't remember if Sarah won. I know Jocelyn won. Alice won. So what did we give away for prizes last year? I know we had a few
gift certificates.
A couple $50 gift certificates to Walmart. Makeup kits. Didn't we have food too?
Yep.
Like a pizza. We had a pizza one.
Yep.
Yeah. I know we had a few that we gave away. So hopefully we give away just as many this year. Wow. Now, getting back to the trivia, what you see on your screen may be different from what we see on our screen.
Not anymore. Well, depends if it depends on what you're on. If you're on a wireless carrier watching the show and you don't have you have high latency, that means it takes a little longer for the video to reach your phone than it does someone who might be closer to a cell phone tower with less latency on their device watching the video. So what can happen is Jill, Bob, and Jane are all watching this show, and they're all seeing it at different times at a certain delay level. So someone might be 10 seconds behind, someone might be 5 seconds behind, someone might be 1 second behind, or 10, 20, 30 seconds even. So if someone puts their answer in before you, in fact, you might have gotten it first, but because of the delay, because of the internet, the delays that occur over the internet, your response may not pop up before the person who was actually slower than you.
So, Erica, actually, your stuff's coming up pretty quick, so
Well, we're on better internet now, so there shouldn't be that much of a delay.
And it doesn't. One question doesn't make or break it, because we have we ask several questions and then add them up. So at the end of the night, we may ask 10 questions, and each question we'll ask a bonus question or whatever, and we'll do it that way. And if you if you answer multiple questions, that's more points, you win for that night. And that's how we're going to do it. And the trivia questions can be anything and everything. They may be something just off the cuff or whatever. It could be anything. So the other good thing about having the first person answer is it takes away from all the other people that are sitting there trying to Google it. Instead, they're sitting there trying to hurry up and get their answer in while the other people are Googling, and that person will get the point. Googling there's nothing wrong with it, but it's time to get your question in, so your answer in. Right, that makes sense?
Yep.
Okay. President Trump can be investigated because nobody is above the law, right?
Yep.
So, the same woman, Dingbat Pelosi, Joe Biden cannot be investigated because he's running for president. This woman's an idiot.
I think they're all a bunch of idiots.
The squad.
A whole political system's in the big circus act right now.
Oh, I agree.
The country is like turned against itself. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I think we get rid of all of them and just start from scratch.
Okay.
Start from scratch.
Push the button, make it happen.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Skeletor. Yeah, she's definitely Skeletor. I'm telling you, we definitely need to have term limits. Because if you think about it, it's this woman. We'll take Pelosi. She's a multimillionaire. How the hell did she become a multimillionaire on a $135,000 a year salary? Put that one in your pipe and smoke it.
Who cares?
All of these politicians.
They're all criminals. Who cares?
All right. They take money from anyone and everyone that will give it to them. So, don't let them fool you. Do not let them fool you. So, I did mention that Glenn will be back next week. Jim, I will be coming to Williamsburg probably the last week of July. I'm not sure what year the event, what the date is of the event, but yeah, I should be there sometime around the end of July. I'm doing a signing up here in Stafford Springs, Connecticut, with Kane Hodder, Bill Mosley, Christina Klebe, Scout Taylor Compton, Alex Vincent. There's a whole bunch more. I don't even remember who else is going to be there. But that's going to be the first week of December here in Connecticut. I will be there. Andrew and Amber Brown will be there. So, and I don't think I'm going to do another one before I don't know. We'll see. I may be doing the Arizona, but nothing in stone yet, so we will see. We will see. When are you going to Williamsburg? Just kidding. All right. I don't know where Keith went. He's probably in the bathroom. That'd be my guess. We will have to have some Crystal Head vodka together. I don't drink, remember? What the hell's Crystal Head vodka? Is that like a local thing? I've never heard of Crystal Head vodka. And I work in a bar. Oh, school survey. Does your teacher feel safe? Here we go again. It's all about those, I almost said welfare checks. Oh, my God. It's almost about those background checks. I was going to say, you don't drink. Beat you to it. Oh, Dan Aykroyd's vodka. That's right. I heard about that. He was, God, you guys all got some, huh? I'll just take an autographed bottle. He's been all over the place with selling his vodka. Good old Dan Aykroyd. I had a thing about it here, but I don't know where it went. Whatever. All my musicians friends are posting the term farewell oh my God, farewell tour must actually mean short hiatus. They're getting back on that Motley Crue thing. It's good? Well, I bet it is. I mean, he seems to sell a lot of it. But it would be really cool to have him autograph a bottle for me. Wow, is it just me or does Schiff look like a robot? I think Adam Schiff is a robot. Look at those eyes. Either that or he's high as hell. I'm going to go with the high as hell. Wow. This guy's like out there. Keith, did I mention Glenn will be here next week?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, yes you did.
All right. Glenn will be here next week. And we'll see what happens from there.
Glenn and Gina?
He was just in Pennsylvania. Didn't have a chance to go with a bunch of the Ghostbusters buddies did. Oh, nice. I know Bozarth went. Got a couple bottles autographed.
I think Glenn and Gina will get along great.
Everybody gets along with Gina.
I mean, everyone gets along with Glenn.
Yeah, it wasn't like my last co-host.
Oh, my God. Let's not go there. The camera bobblehead.
Yeah. Sorry, James, but you sucked.
You were around horrible. On the camera. You could not get him to stay in frame on camera. Couldn't stay in the box. I don't know why.
Yeah. He's gone.
Yep. We were going to replace him with a stuffed bear, but I couldn't get it quick enough.
Elizabeth Warren just said that climate change is... global warming is a bigger challenge than World War II. Wow. He who we do not speak his name. Huh? Who? Oh. It took me a minute on that one. Danger, mouth operates faster than brain. I need that shirt. I gotta get a filter. Anybody know where I can get a filter? Ain't no filter here. So have you seen? Gotta run to my appointment. Have a great rest of your week. All right, Sarah. Take care. Thanks for stopping in. We will. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
See the new things they're putting on school buses?
No.
Well, it's not really a new thing. It's an old thing that they've just revamped.
What?
It's an extended stop sign arm that comes way the hell out, and I believe it's got a camera on it.
What they should do is install a 2-inch steel beam with spikes in it that catches the car if it tries passing the bus. Laser beams should shoot out the side of the bus and pop the tires. I'm just saying.
You know what? I think it would be cool if it like shot out spike strips.
That would be awesome.
Oh, this guy's gonna run it. Shoot.
That would be great.
I love it. This 102-year-old lady got arrested.
102 years old?
102-year-old woman. She got arrested just so she could cross off getting arrested off her bucket list.
What'd you get arrested for?
I don't think it matters.
Well, I mean, if she got arrested, I'd like to know what she got arrested for.
Oh, for the
Was it something interesting? What'd she do? Steal a thing of Mentos?
She didn't really do anything. It's just last Friday, September 30th, the St. Louis, Missouri woman finally got to check that experience off her bucket list when she was handcuffed and placed in the back of a police car that drove her to the senior center where she delivered handmade gifts to the residents.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't an actual arrest.
No, dumbass. The rebellious senior wasn't actually guilty of any crime other than being extremely adorable.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's something else. But she didn't actually get arrested.
Oh, my Jesus.
So what's the point?
Forget it.
Well, if you're going to get...
There's a picture with her, with the cop, big smile on her face. I didn't see that. That would be adorable.
I'm sure it was adorable and everything, but she didn't actually get arrested. That's my point.
Let it go.
I can't. It's one of those things. It was a fake arrest. Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah, she was handcuffed and put in the back of the car. The love of your life usually comes after the mistake of your life. Well, how do you know it's the mistake of your life? That's a dumb question. I guess it's pretty easy. All right, so nobody's giving me any good suggestions on what we can do to stop these school shootings.
I did.
Well, Florida just passed a bill that you can carry guns in public without a concealed carry permit.
Okay. If you're not a criminal.
It says nothing about it. But again, that's where...
It doesn't matter where you're from. If you're a convicted felon, you can't carry a gun. I think isn't that federal law?
Well, if you don't need a permit, if you don't need a license, when you go to get the gun, then you still have to do a background check through them.
Right.
So yeah, you won't be able to.
Okay.
But the bottom line is, again, it comes back to, and Chris Murphy still pandering, and I swear to God, you think he's the second coming of Jesus, the way these people sit there and drink the Kool-Aid. And he harps on these background checks. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to stop these school shootings. 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid, whatever he was. He didn't get a background check. Didn't buy his gun legally. Brought it to a no-gun zone and still shot him. Brought it into the school, shot a couple kids. Open carry, yeah. I mean, it'll work for law-abiding citizens, but again, it's still not going to stop something like this. We need to get to the root of the problem. People don't just wake up one day and, for the hell of it, say, I'm going to go shoot up a school. No. There's always an underlying issue. Going all the way back to Columbine, which, for all intents and purposes, we'll say Columbine was the originator of all of this hysteria and stupidity and whatnot. Now, in Columbine, they're coming to get you. In Columbine, what people don't remember, maybe because it didn't work, but they placed bombs throughout the school. They had planned on doing mass damage in the cafeteria with these propane bombs that they built.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, only they didn't work.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot more people would have been killed had those propane bombs worked.
Did the woo-woo monster just go by?
Yeah.
The woo-woo monster.
Yeah.
I love that commercial. When I saw this commercial on TV with two dogs, and there's an ambulance passing by in the background, and they're like, "Oh, it's the woo-woo monster." So that's what we call the ambulances now when they go by, woo-woo monster.
Oh. So Erica says the troubled teen, loners, kids with deep mental illness, it's all being swept under the rug. Kids need help, and the proper help isn't being met for these kids. They are all being overlooked. Absolutely. And 110%. And like I said, if you could get bullied at school, but you go to the school will insist there's no bullying.
Of course.
They don't want to be held responsible. Take this school in California. If it turns out this kid was getting bullied, and it turns around, and that's what set this kid off, that's why the kid went in there and shot these people, or whatever reason, now the school's liable, right? Because there was bullying going on, and they did nothing about it. So it's easier, plausible deniability. I didn't know anything. He didn't say anything to us. And then it also carries over to coming home. Parents know their kids. If the kids aren't acting right, if they become quiet and reclusive and just, something's not right. Say something. They don't have enough professionals to help these kids. Social media and bullying is terrible. Kids are getting slaps on the wrist. Yeah, social media is the worst. Absolute worst. Social media and the mainstream media. The mainstream media, like I said earlier, they glorify these shootings. Just shut up. Don't give them the time of day. Some kids just have a serious lack of empathy. Serious lack of empathy. There's nothing going on that will push them over the edge. They're just there already. With the case of Columbine, these kids were they were wackos. They made their own comic book, their own this and that. They saw this shit on the internet or on TV, I forgot what it was, and decided to carry it out. So it goes back to the internet. Respect isn't being taught in the home anymore. No one has manners. Absolutely not. There is no respect being taught. Again, if you weren't listening earlier, a school bus carrying grammar school kids, teenagers forced their way onto the bus and beat up these kids. They forced their way onto the school bus and beat up these grammar school kids. But, why are we not hearing more about that? We should be hearing that. Should be all over the news. Erica says there's this one viral video, and the school teacher intercepted a kid with a gun, just embraced him and held him. Oh yeah, I saw that. It was I believe it was a coach. Yep. Yep, that prevented a lot. I did see that. There is there's a video on Amazon Prime, and it details the what was the school down in Florida that was shot up? You remember?
No.
I can't think of it right now.
Well, there was a school shot up in Florida. Go on.
Well, anyway, it's the one where the cop stood outside and didn't do anything.
Wow.
I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, it breaks it down, goes over everything. And so many lives could have been saved that day had he gone in there. But again, it comes out what set these kids off. As far as stuff like the church shooting, hate. People are not born to hate. Hate is something that is taught. So again, that falls back on the parents, the culture that they're brought up in. Racism, hate, it's out there. And us as parents, we're the ones who fail. We fail. We don't teach our kids to hate. Oh, well, most of us don't. There are some that do. Further down south you get, the more people hate. Parkland, yes, thank you. The Parkland school shooting. There is a documentary on Amazon Prime about the Parkland school shooting, and it's very interesting to see. And I'm in a lot of pain all of a sudden. My back is killing me. So bear with me. Let's see. Kind of agree with Jim. Not every situation is like that. I have an 8-year-old. She's categorized as a bully in school. I do not raise her this way. I've raised 6 kids to grow up with morals and respect and to help others. She has mental and behavioral issues, and it has nothing to do with me and my parenting. She has so many providers, and they are running out of ideas as well. All right, classic example right there. And I've known you for a long time and know you're a great parent. And it's nothing that falls back on you. And I don't buy the whole running out of ideas thing. There's always an answer, and that's what these people get paid for. So, again, it comes down to finding the root cause. If you can find the root cause, what is causing this person to act out? What is causing this person to go over the deep end? Then and only then can you stop these massacres from happening. Not a background check. My favorite term is common sense gun laws. Well, these people that are committing these heinous crimes, they don't have common sense. They're not using their head. They probably couldn't even get a normal thought together to save their lives. So the whole common sense gun law thing, that just blows my mind too. But every time we have a school shooting, right in the middle of it, you can't miss a beat. Murphy's on there talking about his background checks. Murphy and Bloomin' Idiot, they need to shut up and do what the people elected them to do, and that's find a way to stop these shootings. No reason why we can't put cameras in every school. No reason. We put cameras everywhere else. No reason why we can't put cameras in schools. Metal detectors, that's not really going to do anything. Because in Sandy Hook, the kid, the nutcase over there, shot the window out and went in that way. So, I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Definitely wouldn't hurt. But it's not an end all. It's not an end all means. So they are impulsive and only thinking one way, and not the consequences of the aftermath of what will happen after the shooting or an act of violence. Right? Or like I said, there's no empathy. There's they're blank. No conscience. There's a quote from Halloween, go figure, where Dr. Loomis has the young Michael Myers up there, and he's looking him in the eyes and says that there's no conscience, there's no soul. You look at the eyes, they're dark. And that's what it falls back to with these kids. There's nothing. No empathy. And again, most kids are not born that way. Lack of empathy, all of that is taught. And I agree. I don't believe anyone with a mental illness should be allowed to carry. And here is where the Democrats kind of screwed themselves. They came up with the HIPAA laws, and HIPAA made it so that, the privacy practices, people can't gain access to your medical information. So, if somebody goes to a gun store and wants to buy a gun, how do they get around gaining access to your medical information, to your medical files, which by law they can't get? So this is where things need to be reworked. They need to revisit the HIPAA laws, add that clause in on an application. And then now we got to look at what exactly would ban somebody from owning a weapon. Look, what do they consider mental illness? If somebody just had a traumatic experience and is going to see a mental health counselor, should they be disqualified from owning a weapon? If a firefighter or EMT or whoever has a bad call, they go to the emergency room to talk to somebody and get it out, and that goes in as a psych eval. Do they now get banned from owning a weapon? So, I mean, you see, there's a lot of things that need to be worked out, because not all mental illness histories should be disqualifying when it comes to getting a weapon. So, I mean, it's something to look into. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be brought up. Not just harping on the freaking background checks every other week. Because if they really think that a background check would have stopped these shootings, they have no place being in office, because it's not going to do a damn thing. So maybe they should look for another line of work. I'm sure they can do something. Better safe than sorry. What do you mean? Please elaborate, Randy. Better safe than sorry. What do you mean? Are you referring to the health, the mental health, or which part are you talking about? Anyway, like I said, the extensive background checks. Murphy's pandering. It's the only thing he can come up with. It's not going to do a damn thing to stop these school shootings. Because like I said, the kid in California, 15, was he 15 or 16? Either way, 15 or 16, he couldn't get a background check. He didn't purchase his gun legally. You know what I'm saying? These laws that Bloomin' Idiot and Murphy want to pass, they're not going to do anything. Not going to stop anything. So that's why we need to come up with something that is going to stop these people and go from there before more kids have to lose their lives. Like I said earlier, no child should be afraid to go to school. They shouldn't have to go to school and do these freaking fire drill type things for active shooters. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Oh, man. I'm all spun up. Anyway, it's about all the time we have for today. Next week, Glenn will be with me, and not sure if Gene will be here or not, but we'll see. And then coming up in a couple weeks, we will have our Christmas trivia, so we can give away some great prizes. Coming up on November 30th, have our toy drive at the Walmart in Norwich. Come down, join me. We'll have music. Fire trucks will be there. You can give a cash donation, or you can bring a new unwrapped toy. And we will be there from 9 to 5 on Saturday the 30th. That's the Saturday right after Thanksgiving. So, until next week, you guys be good. I'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out, guys.